How do you get your fiberglass piece ready for paint? Stay tuned. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Danny, Batvet35 channel. So I have this panel and I prepped this one, the driver's side panel. So I'm going to show you the process of what I did for the driver's side panel. Now again, I'm not a professional. I looked it up myself. I did research myself. So, do your diligence, watch, to do your own research. You don't have to necessarily do it my way or the way I did it. Just find your own way, your own methods, how to do it. So, number one. So what I did for the beginning is prep spray, duplicate color. So I used it on the raw fiberglass panel just to clean up whatever wax or whatever residue is on the panels, so you can start sanding on it. All right. After you start sanding on it, right, you use a 400 sandpaper. Now there's a brand that I like that I just recently bought. Let me get it. Okay. So this brand right here, the 3M, the blue one, they are exceptional. I loved it. It was easy to sand and everything. So I have a 400 and a 600. This is the 600. All right. So after you sand with the 400, make sure everything, there's no gloss or anything on the panel. Has to be like a matte black, a matte color. So after you sand it and make sure everything is beautiful, after that, you clean it off again with the prep spray with this one. Now, do not, and I repeat, do not, because I made this mistake, guys. Do not. I already have primered this panel, and instead of grabbing this one, the glass cleaner, to clean it off, I grabbed the prep spray and it dissolved the primer. So once you primer the first time, that's it. Hide it, put it away, put it in the ceiling, put it somewhere, put it anywhere, it doesn't matter. But that's it. Do not use this again. Okay? This is only good for the first time. After you do the first sanding, before you do primer, that's when you use this. After that, throw it, chuck it, disappear it. Because don't do the same mistake I did. I had to redo this panel all over again because it dissolved my primer. So after you sand with the 600 and you clean the whole panel all over again, your next process is gonna prime. Now I like black primer because, I don't know, I just like black primer, okay? So sandable primer. So I primed the whole panel. I gave it like at least 3 to 4 coats. Make sure everything is nice and even. I let it settle overnight. I want to make sure it's extremely dry, and then I sand it again with the 600. With the 600 grit sandpaper. Now wet sand it so it could be nice and smooth so that your sandpaper could last a little more. Some people like to dry sand it, but on this process I'll do the wet sanding. In the beginning, I sanded with the 400 dry sand so I could see, see where the gloss is at, so I could take off the glossiness off of it. Okay? After you sand the primer down, make sure it's nice and uniform, and then you use the filler primer. Alright? Now after the filler primer, your process will be almost done. You're close to being finished, to be painting your whatever project, whatever panel, whatever you're doing. So after that, I'm going to sand one more time, wet sand the 600, because right now, if you hear it, it's a little rough. I want it to be smoother. So once you sand one again with a 600, clean it off with this, and start painting whatever color you're going to paint it. But I'm going to show you all that my process on this panel. Alright, so we're gonna sand this section right here. just to show you as a reference. So it's easy, just a dry sand it. Just with your finger, or you use your index finger. And just go in it. While you want it really dull. So do the hard areas first. So like that, when you do the big side, you don't need to worry. Like I said again, these are the most important areas you want to start sanding, because there's an area that the paint will grab and it's messed up. Now let the sandpaper do its job. You don't be grinding on it. All right. So do the hard areas first, and then do the big area. Let me show you a quick thing for the big area. So these foaming pads are from all of them. They're pretty good actually. I like them. So check it out. Let's do this little area right here. That's it, nice and smooth. So this is what you want. You want this to be dull. I don't know if you guys noticed on the camera, but one side is shiny and the other side is starting to get dull. That's what you want on the whole panel, okay? So let me do this panel and we get back to you guys in a minute, and then we're gonna clean it and start priming, all right? Close it down, and so make sure we got all the dust off, and then we're gonna, after that, we're gonna do it with the paint prep, all right? Alright, so now that we cleaned it off, we hose it down and everything, and it's nice and dry, we need the prep spray. This is the final stage with the prep spray, okay? I can't address that enough. The final stage with the prep spray. Got your tack rag? Go through the whole panel. It's gonna pick up whatever little debris or anything. Take your time. Go through the edges, everything. Again, make sure your table is wet, or put a little mist of water on the table. So like that. Whatever dust is on the table won't come up. Alright guys, so we got attacked because the fuck part. Yeah. Light mist. Have a little paper towel each time you do a mist, because these little nozzles sucks. Each time you do a little mist or whatever, just clean off the nozzle and then keep going, okay? Light mist, that's what you want. Oh, remember what I said about this can with the prep spray? Prep spray. We don't need it anymore. Don't do the same mistake I did, okay? That's all you want. Wait 10 minutes and keep going until it's all uniform. I'll get back to you when this is all painted black. Hey guys, so I already did the primer, so let's check it out. So it's still wet, so right now I'm gonna leave it at this stage like this, and I'm gonna leave it overnight. I don't know if people give it a couple of hours or whatever, but I like to leave it overnight. Make sure it's fully dry. And then tomorrow, when I come back from work, because right now today's Monday, when I come back from work tomorrow, I'm gonna wet sand it with the 600 grit. And after the wet sanding, make sure everything's beautiful and copacetic. I'm gonna give it with the filler primer. Catch you guys. Today's Monday, and I'll catch you guys on Tuesday. So I'll see you guys later. Hey, so what's up, guys? So I let it cure for the following day, and if you notice, you hear it? Very rough. And over here, it's starting to get smooth. I just want to show you guys the difference. So don't get scared if you see it rough like that. So I got my 600 grit sandpaper and my blocks I'm going to use, and some agua, aka water. All right, agua. Pew pew. All right. Sorry, I didn't mean to wet the thing. I almost got my son. Oh, sorry. All right, so you're gonna wet it up. First of all, pump it, whatever spray you want. This looks so nasty. I still do it.
Okay, now we're back.
Okay.
We're good now.
Wet it. Now I like to throw a little bit of soap in it so it will glide easier. And wet your paper. And nice and slow. Take your time. Let the sandpaper do its thing. So. See, now you start hearing going smooth. That's what you want. So you don't have to go crazy. Don't give it too much pressure. Take time. When you feel like going dry again, wet it. Alright guys, so I'm gonna prep the whole panel. It'll be that flat matte finish, and then we're going for the priming stage. So let me finish this and I'll get back to you guys in a minute. Alright guys, so we just sanded the panel, so it's nice and smooth now. So now if you notice, I put a fake curtain just to paint. Now what I like to do is I like to wet it, just for whatever dust particle will be flying in the air, I just get rid of it. So I just spray the water, and I also do the floor as well. Just like that, so when I'm painting something, at least I did the best I could, at least for the dust not to creep up. Now do not get the water hose. I know some people. Do not get the water hose, go shh. All you want is a light mist, okay? Don't go shh. Alright? Hey guys, what's up? So right now I waited for this to air out like 10 minutes or so, and the panel's dry already. So we're gonna prime it. I ran out of the stupid color sealer primer, 5 primer color actually. Now I'm gonna use the Bostonian one, so that's the one I'm gonna use right there. So first things first, before we start even painting, we're gonna use a tack rag. We're gonna pick up everything, whatever we have. Nice and smooth. Make sure you get everything. All the areas. Even with over here too. Okay, put it in somewhere safe. Now the first primer is gonna be like a mist coat. So you're gonna mist it right now. Quick mist. Far away. I keep it like 5 or 6 inches away, something like that. What I'm doing is a quick mix. Mist. Wow, I can't even talk right now. Try to wear a mask when you're doing it. Don't be stupid like I am. Like I'm a man. We do this. So please wear a mask. That's it. Now set the timer for 10 minutes, and then jump back at it again after 10 minutes. You use the tack rag again. Tack the whole thing down just in case, and keep going slowly like that until you build up everything that you need. Alright, so I'll get back to you as soon as I'm done. I'm going to show you the second coat, and you'll see how it's getting darker and darker and darker. Alright, everyone. So I finished the panel. It is not to my liking. So, quick tip. The Rust-Oleum primer, for me, I really don't like it at all. So you could tell the results real quick from the Duplicolor primer filler primer and the Rust-Oleum one. I really don't like it. So let me show you guys the difference. So on the first panel that I did, I used a Duplicolor primer filler. So, and on this one, I used the Rust-Oleum. I don't know if you guys can tell the difference, but it's smooth. I sanded it again, and it's smooth. I like it, but you can see that one over there is nicer than this one over here. I don't know. I don't know if I'm like extremely picky or what the hell, but let me flip the camera over. But I don't know. I don't like it. So my suggestion: don't go through the headache that I'm going through, because it left it extremely rough. The primer filler, the Rust-Oleum one. Maybe I don't know how to use it. Like, again, I'm not a professional, so it's my first time doing something like this. So my suggestion to you guys is use the Duplicolor primer, because it sprays more like a fan. So it's like you get a nice, more even coat than that. I really don't like it. So even though I sanded it down and everything, I'm gonna take my chance and I'm gonna try to paint it. I don't know if it's gonna bite me in the behind or not, but I'll let you guys know. So hey, what's going on, guys? So today is actually Wednesday. So yesterday I left off the quarter panel. I did not like the color of the primer or how it looks, how it felt. It felt cheap. I know I could do better than that. So I went shopping around and I found the one I need, the actual Duplicolor primer filler. So that's the way you're gonna make that panel look like that. With this panel look like that. If you guys understood what I said. Okay, so right now there's some spots that I use the glazing putty at. This area right here, it could be better, and this area right here, it could be better. So now I'm gonna sand it in a little bit, and then when I hit the priming stage, I'm gonna bring you guys with me and we'll prime it again together, and we'll see whether I'm right or whether I'm wrong or whether I'm just retarded. We're just getting this. We don't know. All right, guys. So let me do this real quick, and I'll get back to you guys in a minute. All right, guys. My camera guy left me. So anyway, so I cleaned up the panel. I fixed some areas that I really needed to get fixed again. I don't know what was wrong with me yesterday, but you have those days that you're off, I guess. So I sanded it down and I'm ready to prime again. Now it's nice and smooth. I love it. Now there's the primer that I like. Yeah, I think it works very well. So if it worked well for me, I know it's gonna work well for you guys. So, and if you notice the nozzle for this one, that's the one I like. If you notice the nozzle, that's nice. That's like gives it like a good fan spray. And this one, it's like a rounded one. I really hate this one. Nothing wrong with the primer. The primer is good for little projects like that. But for a quarter panel, I prefer the Duplicolor. I think it's the best bang for a buck. Now I couldn't find it yesterday, so I used this again, and that's a worst mistake. Sometimes you just gotta bite the bullet, wait a day or two, and get what you actually need. Don't settle for anything less than what you need. All right. That's the tip for the day. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this to the side because I don't want to mix them. I already mixed the cap. So the panel is clean. I'm gonna use the glass cleaner spray. I'm gonna clean it again, let it flash, let it dry completely. I have a new tack rack, so I'm gonna tack it again. Make sure that I take whatever little debris out and prime this baby again. So hopefully it will turn out great like my first one turned out. So, like again, don't settle for anything than what you actually really need. You know, don't think, oh, it might work. Yeah. long as you need. Just let it dry completely because you don't want to put the primer while it's moist or you think it's dry. Let it fully dry. Don't rush the process. You know, take your time. Let's do it right the first time. You have to do it like 3 times like the way I'm doing it. Alright? So I'll get back to you guys in a minute after it dries and we go through it. So get back to you. So the panel is completely dry. I just opened a brand new tack rag. I let it settle for 10 minutes or so. And I've been shaking the primer for like 2 or 3 minutes, whatever. Make sure everything mixes very well. Alright, so make sure before you start anything, clear your area. You don't want to stop and clean up and while you're doing something. So clean up your area. Now let's tack everything real quick and go with it from there. I like to start from the back here where I can't see. That's where I'm going to start. Don't forget about the corners and the edges. Alright guys, so put the tack rag in a nice spot. Let's get ready to prime. Now don't kill it with the priming. Let's do it nice and slow. So I'll do a nice thin layer first, wait for 10 minutes, do another thin layer, wait another 10 minutes, do another thin layer until I get as much as I feel comfortable. Let's do the corners first. Test spot. Alright guys, so 10 minutes has passed. I'm gonna attack it one more time and we're gonna go from there. Already I feel a difference. This primer lays out so smooth, so nicely. So you grab everything that you can, even especially the parts that you don't see. Alright, so let's rock and roll with it. $10 minutes. We're gonna get back to it again, but it's looking way better. Hey guys, so alright, so I finished the second panel, and it looks way better. Having the right product, having the right stuff goes a long way. So I want to give you guys that tip. So let's check it out. So if you notice, this is the first panel. So when I started with the intro, that's my first panel. Now if you move over to the next side, now they almost look identical now. That is a good primer. Look at that. I am so happy of the turnout. It looks so good. It looks better in person. I wish you guys were here to see it, but it looks so good. So I am stoked. So hopefully this weekend, probably Sunday, I'll get to paint them. I'm gonna build like a paint rack in here, so I could you know me, I like building stuff. So I could hang the quarter panels and paint them there. So join me on that journey next time. But guys, thank you again. Deuce.